What's up with y'all? Welcome back to the land of the living, the land of the free, where everyone is, free to grow trees like it's the Lorax in this bitch. And I'm back, and I'm about to grow another thought in your mind. I'm about to implant something in your head. Alright, so you better get used to it. I'm like a brain seizure that doesn't stop. It's just it's like I'm electrocuting you. I'm like Emperor Palpatine from the Star Wars movies. I'm gonna laser you or whatever the fuck with my hands, my bare hands. Anyways, I'm back again. Long time no see. Right? I know you miss me. I know every single night you were by your bedside, you were like, oh no, oh blood clot. I'm gonna miss him so much. I don't know what to do. Oh, I'm gonna call my ex-girlfriend because I don't got Sassy Menon on my YouTube right now. It's so terrifying. There's nothing to fear here. Daddy's home. Okay? That's all I gotta say. Today, I thought, you know what? I need to be a piece of shit again today. I need to make someone disappointed in life again today. As of recent, I've been trying out new methods. Throwing bricks at people recently has stopped working. Kicking over strollers gets me into dicey situations, to say the least. And finally, I found one, especially, look at the theme of this channel. I found one that's digital, right? So it fits in right with the theme, right? It's exactly what I want to do. Sassy Menon, you're so smart, you're so great. Has anyone ever told you that? And in response, I say, why, yes, thank you. In fact, if you look at, on Google, a list of the most important people, it's Plato, Socrates, and then Sassy Menon's at humble number 3. After coming to all of these conclusions, I decided my true calling is lowballing people on Facebook Marketplace. Lowballing anyone on a marketplace is just chicanery at its finest. Alright? It's what really keeps the fuel going. It's what keeps the fire inside of me alive, right? The only reason I wake up anymore is to lowball people. I spend all my money on lowballing people for shit I don't need. Bud Light fridge or feed my kids? I don't know which one to pick. At some point, I just feel like I don't respect myself enough that I don't even, see the true monetary value in things. And that's why I don't pay anything. But all trauma aside, let's talk about how to properly lowball. That is the next key thing that you gotta learn. Let me guide you through my simple 3-step process on how to properly lowball on any online platform. I'm even talking you could lowball with the DMV, for all I fucking care. If I was a real cheap bastard, I'd make you pay in a link in the description below. But no, there's no such thing. We're just talking right now. Step number 1 is you first have to initiate contact. Remember, what you gotta do is you have to go in nicely. You have to go in nice and slow, alright? Think of sexual acts, if you will. Think of a sexual situation. You don't sit there and you don't rush the whole thing. It's about enjoying the moment. It's about, savoring the grapes on the Italian field. It's about making the bread in Deutschland. It's about flourishing the flowers in a Dutch colony. That's what it's about. It's about cultivating and harvesting a relationship between the seller that you're contacting and you as a buyer. You gotta flirt with them. You gotta say, hey, what's cooking good looking? I'm trying to buy this product off of you, and I think you're looking real sweet and beautiful today, and if I was your wife, I would have never divorced you in the first place. That's the first step. That's what you gotta say to them. You gotta make sure you're clear right off the bat, and you gotta shower them with compliments, alright? It's like watering that field of flowers, alright? It's like growing that bamboo in Zhonghua. It's like, you gotta cultivate that. It's a lot of care, it's a lot of love, and you gotta make sure that you are the seed of which that love plant will flourish into. Now, number 2, after you love bomb them, you gotta start devaluing their product, and in turn, in relation to that product that you're devaluing, devaluing them as a seller and their reputation as a seller. You know, if you were a real good seller, you would give this to me for $20 off. You know, I'm really starting to see why you got a lot of problems in your life, right? I'm psychoanalyzing you right now based on your Facebook Marketplace profile, and I can see you're very sad. All right, I've gone to your Facebook account, and it said recently divorced. You know, maybe your wife divorced you because you didn't give $20 off to any of your customers. What kind of man are you? Right, again, if it's a man, always question their masculinity, all right? Men are not designed to give childbirth. Men are designed to work in the field, and then if you say, hey, do a better job in that field, right, that they're tilling, they're gonna get fucking mad at you. You know, if you're not a man, I'm sorry to say it, but you don't have the full ego and capacity to understand that. Really, you gotta get up on that high horse. Everyone these days is always talking about getting off the high horse. I'm telling you to get on the high horse. Fuck all that other shit. Once you get into that man's psyche, right, what you gotta do is you gotta keep, you know, flicking the price down. You gotta keep shaving off that price until you get something that's desirable, and then more importantly, really, really cheap, and then you shoot to fire and you go in for the kill. Right? That's when you send the offer when they're crying on the floor and they're sad and they're 3 Xanaxes deep into the night. That's when you shoot that fucking offer, because then they think, wow, life is meaningless and life is sad, which is why I shouldn't hold on to these material possessions. And then you just gained a new material possession yourself. And that's the beauty of step 3. And then step 4 is just reap the rewards. Step 4 is just wait for delivery. Step 4 is report the seller if you're feeling extra stingy, right? And just keep wearing down on that morale. Because we live in the year of 2025, all right? You know, every country is about to be at war with each other. You know, in the next 5 years, who knows, there might be a World War III. So you might as well be the start to that angry mentality, all right? By just saying, fuck the world, and fuck the sellers that I'm trying to currently lowball. That's all I really wanted to talk about. Remember, you should lowball everyone in life when it comes to monetary value of something. The only thing you shouldn't lowball, and you should give an abundance of that which is free. And by that, I mean kindness. As in, go like the video down below, you know, subscribe to the channel, comment something beautiful like OMG, I just busted the fattest nut to Saucy Menon as he was talking to me with his beautiful smolder on my screen. That would be very lovely if you did that, in fact. And that would cure the crippling sadness I project onto probably innocent Facebook Marketplace sellers, you know, unless they're serial killers or something. You know, if it's Ted Bundy on there, I probably, you know, actually did a good thing in all seriousness, wearing down his morale. Guess who stopped that? I stopped that. All right, I am the reason you are still alive, which is why you should subscribe. Alhamdulillah to Saucy Menon. All right, bye-bye now. Don't linger around for too long. I heard someone, you know, called a police raid nearby, and who knows, they might catch the sniff of my meth nearby. And I wouldn't want the cops to raid my house, and I don't want you to be here for that either. All right, so, you know, shoo. I'll see y'all. Bye-bye.